Okay, now we are on Lab 3, and Lab 3 is Master Planning in SAP. And we need to now work on MRP and forecasting in this section. And we want to create a production schedule, and that can be done using SAP. So let's first cover forecasting. And forecasting, as you know, is the basis of planning, and it can affect sales planning and also HR work schedule and also production schedule. So forecasting is extremely important in business, and in SAP we will learn how to handle this forecasting data. So first we need to enter historical sales data so that we know what to do with our forecasting later. So to do that, let's go to logistics, and then production, and then master data, then material master this time, and material, and we have create special, and finish the product. So we go to MMF1, finish the product, and I want to work with RFRT 2000 that I created before. So RFRT 2000-222, that's my data. And I know that this is a retail industry, so I'm going to specify that. And it's finish the product, and click on or hit enter. Then you will be able to see select views. And there I want to go to forecasting only. So click on forecasting and hit or check this. And you have to specify the plant, DL00. And then we move to 3-point forecasting view. And here is forecasting. You see the forecasting facet, and you want to enter the data in this part. And first thing that we want to do is we want to go to these consumption values. So at the bottom, you have execute forecast, forecast values, and consumption values. And the first thing that we want to do is we want to click on consumption values. And then we need to enter some data in this part. And let's try to enter this unplanned consumption values. And to do that, you want to click on total consumption on the left hand bottom side. And here we will need to enter this data. And this part can be different depending on when you are entering the data. Right now I'm entering this data in December 2021. But in your case, when you are working on this, say, May 2022, then you have to use a different value that I'm going to give you. So please make sure that you are using that correct value. But for me, it's a December, so I'm going to enter the total consumption data over there. So I'm going to start from total consumption 2021. It's 113, so it's easy for me to just follow because it's a December. And 103 and 105 and 112 and August 105, July 98, and then 95, and 105, and October, April 100, March 100, and 102, and 109. Now we also need to enter the data from the past year, and I'm going to also show you that data there, and you want to just follow the 3-year worth data. So there's 93 here for me, and 83, and I'm going to scroll down, and 85, and 78, and 75, and 85, and June 2006, 75, and May, May, August. I think I made a little bit mistake. So October 92. October was 92. Somehow I gave wrong number here. 92. And then August was 85. And 5. And July 78. And then 2020 June, it was 75. That's good. And May 85. And April 80. March 80. And then 2020 February 82. And January 89. Right, that's what I see, and I'm going to scroll up. So this value is not the same, so I'm going to change that. '85, '80, '80, '82, '89. So that's good. And I also go to the data for 2019, and they start with 83 and 73 and 75, 82 and 75, 68, 65 and 75, and April 70, and then 70 and 72, and then lastly I have a 79. You just need to enter 3-year worth data, and I'm going to also show the table here so that you can use that. Say if you enter data from say May 2022, then you could enter 3-year worth data, so up to April 2019 should be your data, right? So that much data you have to enter. So this data table I'm going to share with you so that you can also enter this data. And if you have done that, you can click on this main data. You want to enter or specify the forecasting model yourself. So let's go here, forecast model. I want to type X, seasonal trend model, because we are working with a time series forecast, and period indicator is M, monthly data, and then we have historical periods is 60, right? So that's what we enter, and initializing period is 12 or 1 year, and forecast period is 12, and periods per season is 12. Sometimes if you are using quarterly, it could be only 4, but we are using monthly data here. Initialization is X. Again, X is by system, it's going to be initialized, and tracking unit is 4, and then uncheck reset automatically, please. And then with selection procedure is 2. Then parameter optimization, yes, I want to optimize the parameter, and optimization level right here, and I want to change it to F, fine high optimization level. I want to optimize the forecasting as much as possible, and the alpha factor is from 0 to 1. It's just like the sensitivity alpha that we learned in forecasting, and we are going to set it as 0.20, meaning that it's not as sensitive to the past changes. And beta is also between 0 and 1, and I want to give 0.10 for that, and gamma factor is 0.30. So these are sensitivity constant toward seasonality and noises there. And delta factor is 0.30. Okay, so you enter this data and select, adjust your model, and then you want to save. So then, we have made a forecast for RFRT 2000, and I want to do the same for RFRT 1000. So let's do this together again. RFRT 1000 -222, and it's retail and finished product, and I want to go to select views, click on forecasting, and DL00, and we are here. I want to go to consumption values, and we'll have to enter this total consumption. So some of you just enter the data directly here, but you have to go to total consumption first. And here we enter the data again. So for 1000 we have less historic sales data. It was historically lower than RFRT 2000. It was less popular. December current year is 48, and 38 for November, 40, 47, 40, 33, 30, 40, 35, March, 35, 37, and 44. That's a current year or 2021 data I have. And then in the table you will see for the second year or current year -1, you have 43 for December, November 33, 35 is October, and then 42 is September, and August was 35, and July was 28, and June 25, 35, 30, 30, 32, and 39. So that's for current year -1, and current year -2, December 38, 28, 30, 37, August 30. And July 2019 was 25. No, it was 28. Was it 28? 30, 23. And June it was 20. And then 30. And April it was 25. March 25, 27, and 34. Right? So this is 3 year worth of the data, historic data that we entered. I want to save it and go back to the main data. And I want to use the same set that we did for IFRT 1000. Of course, you can change the sensitivity if you want, depending on your market, right? So, for example, necessary goods such as gasoline is not being affected by the price as much or past changes as much. However, if it is an expensive product like expensive furniture or electronics, it could be affected by past changes of the circumstances very much. So that you can consider and change the model according to your situation. So forecast model that we are going to be using is X, which is seasonal trend model, and we are using 60 historical periods, 12 forecast periods, and periods per season is 12, and initialization period is 12. And then we have initialization is automatically done, that's X, and tracking limit is 4, and unchecked reset, and check on parameter optimization, and optimization level is fine level, so it's F, and alpha factor is 0.20, and beta factor is 0.10, and gamma factor is 0.30, and delta factor is 0.30. Right? And you have got that, and then you are going to hit save, and it's going to be done with your forecasting for this finished product IFRT 1000 and IFRT 2000.